Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 72 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a revelation film, answering many of the questions from The Force Awakens that will be answered in this movie, as well as creating brand new questions at the very beginning of this film that will be answered at the very end of Episode 9. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that by far the biggest exciting part about Episode 9 is, of course, Palpatine's return and how he's being portrayed once more by Ian McDiarmid. Now, on top of all this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Kylo Ren and Rey are said to be facing Palpatine, where Kylo Ren is described to be wielding Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, and Rey is wielding Leia's lightsaber that is said to also have a blue blade. It's described that one of the sequences involves a moment in which Rey and Kylo Ren, using Anakin and Leia's lightsabers, are said to be blocking the Force lightning technique from Palpatine inside of his throne room. While Palpatine is using the Force lightning against the two, it's described that Rey and Kylo Ren appear to be struggling to hold the lightning back, where it's said that the voices of both Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker's Force ghosts are said to guide both Rey and Ben Solo in the moment while facing Palpatine, where it's described to be a sequence in which Anakin and Luke tell them the code of the Prime Jedi that is said to allow Kylo and Rey to focus on Palpatine's Force lightning attack to redirect it back at Sidious, which causes him to crash into, of course, the wall in the background, while causing tons of rubble to fall on top of him from the ceiling by the lightning. It's explained that in the moment, Rey and Kylo Ren believe that they have defeated Sidious. However, it's said that he makes a surprise return and begins to shoot Force lightning into the sky, causing some of the Resistance ships to lose power and crash onto the surface of Exegol during their battle against Palpatine's new Sith Empire. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is, of course, going to have many different connections to the prequels and the originals that fans have never actually seen before in the Skywalker saga. This is exactly what J.J. Abrams wants to do with this movie, is, of course, to give fans a very unique experience that's going to borrow elements from the prequels in order to create new scenes. And by incorporating, of course, the Force Ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker, and of course Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost guiding both Rey and of course Kylo Ren while fighting Palpatine, it really is an amazing moment between the three characters, between both Ben Solo, of course Rey, and Palpatine using the Force lightning technique, and how they are both using blue lightsabers. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this to me, it screams Bendemption, also known as the Kylo Ren Redemption arc, that is actually set to appear in Episode 9. There's been a lot of hints that actually indicate that Ben Solo will actually return to the light side of the Force from the darkness as Kylo Ren. And that, to me, I think is pretty much the key to Star Wars. Star Wars, at the end of the day, really is all about redemption. And, it all pretty much started with, Anakin Skywalker / Vader, and now it's being retold from, of course, Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. So the other piece that I do want to go over is, of course, it's described that the Force ghosts of Luke and Anakin are said to deliver dialogue related to a passage of the Prime Jedi. Now, in case you guys did not know, the Prime Jedi is actually said to be a very involved character. It's actually said to be a character that was the first of the Order. You got a little glimpse of his mosaic in The Last Jedi within the First Jedi Temple. So it's very interesting. It does open up one's eyes as to exactly what this knowledge contains and exactly how it's really going to help both Rey and, of course, Kylo Ren facing Palpatine. It's said to allow them to focus better and in order to become more powerful while fighting Palpatine. And not only that, this sequence somewhat resembles of what George Lucas originally wanted to do at the very end of Return of the Jedi, where Yoda and Kenobi's Force Ghost would intervene to save Luke Skywalker from Palpatine's Force lightning. So you can really see what they're trying to do. They're borrowing elements basically from the old scripts of Return of the Jedi and kind of just incorporating it into the Rise of Skywalker in different ways in order to really create an original experience that we haven't seen before, while also staying true to George Lucas and his original visions of course, the original trilogy of the Skywalker saga. So with that being said, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a film that's going to have a lot of experiences just like this, where you're going to have these forms of alliances between, Rey and Kylo Ren going up against Palpatine, and how, some of the classic characters will be in the mix, helping out both Ben and Rey in this particular moment in, of course, Palpatine's throne room, which, by the way, is said to be far different than any other throne room in the past Skywalker saga movies. So looking forward to seeing exactly what that's going to look like on the big screen. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.